Good evening, YouTubers. This is my first video to put on YouTube for my modeling that I've just recently gotten back into after 20 plus years. Doing this little update for Glockster42 on the ScaleModelAlberta channel. So I'm choosing just to do just my little workbench here and just a little bit of a discussion on my recent builds and things. Since I just got started, I'm just kind of working out of my dining room table, actually, to my wife's chagrin. I did have a lot more here on the table. It was pretty much packed with kits and all kind of stuff, but we've got relatives coming into town, so I started cleaning it up today and just kind of scaled it down just to the point of where I can just work on the three builds that I'm doing currently. I put up a slideshow last night just doing some pictures of the builds that I'm working on, which is the 92 Dodge Viper that you see here in front. I just put the first coat of red on there a few days ago. It came out pretty good. I'm just going to do some wet sanding to get a little bit of orange peel on the trunk. You can probably see it right there. The hood and stuff came out pretty well. The actual chassis I had built many years ago, back when I got the kit. I'm just going to kind of take off the top, the body here, if I can pick it off. This was already detailed. I did put some wiring on it and just some painting. Nothing major, nothing really elaborate. You know, it's a pretty good kit. So far it's fit fairly well. Not too many complaints. But then, you know, after that I kind of stopped building, put everything in boxes, and then after moving to several states in between those 20 years and getting married and having 3 kids, just now kind of got back into it. As I discussed on my channel, just, you know, my dad's had some medical issues, and I had bought a 59 Chevrolet, which is, you don't see it here. I got it put up because I had stopped working on it. I'm going to work on it after the holiday. So got back into it, but just, you know, to build him that car, and then just kind of did a few more things. I've got about 30 plus kits upstairs that are a mixture of car, military, planes, tanks, that kind of thing, and some old kits that I had back from the early 90s, and then some kits that I picked up off eBay about 10 or 12 years ago. I just went on a kind of a buying spree. Got a lot of planes and a lot, mostly military stuff then, but it's all upstairs in bags. I haven't even kind of really broken into it yet. I kind of did just an inventory of it. I was selling a few of them just to get some cash to kind of fund the building right now. So that's what you got. I'm going to start working on the interior. After I get back, we're leaving tomorrow to go out of town for the holiday, and I'll start working on the interior, do the wet sanding and the second coat, and then put a few coats of clear on the body, and that'll pretty much be done. The wheels are already done. They're just ready to go on. Not a lot to it. I'm not going to really worry too much about detailing or being too exact and accurate on the interior. I'll probably do it a mix of black and red, as opposed to that god-awful looking, I don't know, plasticky looking Dodge crap that was on the original Viper with the wild light colors, dark colors kind of thing. Didn't really like that, based on a little bit of research I've done since I started. This is the breakdown of the 64 Ford Galaxy. That is going to be a replica of the car that my dad had when he met my mom and got married. I actually kind of goofed a little bit. The paint's okay. It's got to be wet sanded, but this is just one basic coat, the first coat. These are some pictures that my mom gave me of the actual car. This is the carport, and then that's the 64 under the carport, and what you see there is a 55 Chevrolet blue one that my dad also drag raced. My dad was big into just drag racing in the late 60s, early 70s, but I didn't pay much attention to the picture because I didn't realize that until actually doing the slideshow for last night that I painted the roof red, and I should have masked it so I could paint it white. So I might have to do that. Hopefully it doesn't get too thick on there. I'll just kind of wet sand it down a little bit more so the white is white. It's going to be tough to go back over that red. So anyway, this is I got this kit actually off of eBay, probably with shipping and everything, probably about 15 bucks, not realizing that this is actually a promo kit, which I didn't know what a promo kit was until actually I got it home. And it's actually a curbside kit with it's almost like a snap together in a way, the way it goes together. And then it's got all these cool little feature details that they write on. Let me see if you can see any of it that I'm starting to highlight. The little features of the car for that series. So I don't know if this is something they do for all the promos. I would guess that they were, but there was a lot of them. There's a lot of these cars you can buy on eBay. People selling these promo kits. I'm gonna probably stay away from them because it's not that great of a kit if you ask me. So that's the engine. It just kind of sits under there, and goes into that hole right there. Anyway, here's what's on my little workbench here. At my age, I've got to have that thing. It's a godsend. It just got some basic paints. I had to go back and buy obviously a lot of paints, but a lot of this stuff, the tools, the miniature tools and stuff, and the different tweezers and the brushes and all that kind of stuff. A lot of that I still had from many years ago. So really all I had to really buy was just some of these, some of the colors, and then some of the glues and some of the putties that I've been having to experiment with. And then I've got a lot of different smaller pieces of the sandpaper cutout that I use, and then obviously some more sandpaper here. I've been using these little metal trays. They're actually cooking pans, but I've been kind of using those makeshift to kind of keep everything controlled. I have a 3-year-old, so I don't want her getting into stuff. So the more I can keep it kind of out of her eyesight, the better. This little tubs, I've been putting these kits in because this kit cut the box up when I moved back around 2000. I had all these kits and boxes. I mean, I'm talking over probably 150 plus kits, which obviously takes up a lot of space. So since I was moving and I was taking the stuff with me thinking I might work on some, I took the ones as many as I could and actually cut the boxes down, got rid of the bottom brown container part of it, just kept the pictured part, the artwork, and then kind of cut it up into enough pieces to where I would keep it in just the little Ziploc bags. So I probably have 100 plus kits that are like that, and I've kept them in a big cooler actually to protect them from being damaged in the move in some bigger boxes. So I do have some that are up in the closet that are still in boxes. Some are still sealed in the cellophane wrapper. Never been opened at all. But obviously there's a lot that I have cut open and stuff. So the builds that you don't see here that I have actually either started on, I have a Tom the Mongoose McEwen, the 57 Chevrolet funny car. I built it. The rail part of it is finished. It's just working on the body. The bodies have kind of always been my Achilles heel with these kits. I always do very well on the building of the engines and the chassis and stuff, but when it comes to actually getting the paint on the body is where I run into issues. I do have some airbrushes for Father's Day. My wife got me a airbrush kit, a dual action kit, along with a compressor. So I haven't even broke it out yet. I haven't even used it. It's just hard for me to get time to actually work on this stuff with the kids and stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at. I've got a 57 Corvette gasser that I was starting to work on. What else? I've got a Ferrari Dino, which is one of my favorite cars of all time. It's pretty much built up into the body, but the body somehow, even though it is in a box, there's a part of the body that got broke, so I'm gonna have to repair it with some styrene. But it's a great little kit. It's very detailed, and I've detailed it up a lot, and that was done many years ago as well. So that one's pretty close to being finished. I just don't have it out here. Like I said, I'm getting ready for relatives to visit, so I've put a lot of stuff up this morning and yesterday. Like I said, this whole 6-person dinner table was just full of stuff. Over here is the remnants of some of that. I have just put all this in boxes. There's some of my magazines, just to be ready to get this out of here as well, right before they leave. So I'm just kind of working on this, and then actually speaking with my wife today, I think I'm going to try to convert, for now, just to convert a upstairs linen closet that only have one shelf in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I would go up there and show you, but everybody's asleep. I'm just going to put some cleats around the inside, throw me on a piece of laminated board as my desk, get me a chair, run an electrical from the other side of a bedroom wall, run it, jump it over into that room, give me an overhead light, and I should be set. I'll do my airbrushing out in the garage where I do all my other painting, depending on how the weather is and how much humidity there is and stuff. Do it outside anyway, so there'll be ventilation. I don't have to worry about that. I do wear my mask when I'm doing any of the painting and stuff. So that's kind of it. This is going to be my first video to actually put up, like I said, for the modeling, as I've gotten back into it. I really enjoyed subscribing. I think I've gotten about 125 builders that I'm subscribed to, and I think about 28 or 30 of my own that have subscribed to my channel. So I want to try to start putting some stuff up there to get some updates. I don't know if I'll be able to do any of these. I'd love to do these group builds in 48 hours and stuff, but I just don't have the time with the kids and their scouts and gymnastics, and my wife travels a lot out of town, so I run this daddy daycare as best I can when she's gone, and they can be trips from a few days to a couple of weeks, so it doesn't leave me a lot of time other than at this hour of the night once everybody has gone to bed. So I saw the video of Glockster42, watching him build the tanks and stuff, which I thought was really interesting. So I come across this thing for the build, so I'll throw one up there, get my number in the contest, and if I win, I win. I don't. Believe me, I've got enough kits. I don't really need another one. So I just thought it'd be neat. It'd be a good reason for me to throw a video on here. So hopefully we'll see how it goes, and try to put some stuff up, whether they be the slideshows or videos of these builds as they get more and more complete. And I'm hoping in the next couple months I get these things built from my dad, so I can give them to him, so he can see them, because he knows I'm building them. He's given me information as best he can remember, because he's had memory loss and stuff, and my mom on these cars. And I've also got a 409 Chevrolet that he blew up on the track. I think it was called Black Trash, so I'm going to try to replicate that as best I can. A 55 Chevrolet that he was racing, like I told you. And there was even a mention of a Corvette, like a 65 or 66, I think, that he drove for another gentleman, another owner. He was the driver for it. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Pretty basic, just getting back into it. Cash is the issue when you got 3 kids and stuff. So I've got stuff for sale on eBay, just going through some old collectibles and stuff, getting rid of, trying to get rid of some of the stuff that we've just kind of carried around with us for all these years. So we'll see you later, and thanks for your support.